Hey guys, Ambience here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat Bears Attack 2 on Ultimate Custom Night. For the most part, this challenge is just Bears Attack 1 with higher AI settings. This alone ramps up the difficulty by a decent amount, but there's also two new animatronics included in this preset, Nightmare Freddy and Toy Freddy. Don't be fooled by Toy Freddy being set to 1, he's still an absolute menace to deal with. There's a reason that he's considered by many pros to be UCN's most infuriating animatronic to deal with. He's just pure RNG, and no one likes RNG, especially when you're trying to get better at the game. Thankfully, there's a quick solution to eliminate him, the Death Coin. The Death Coin is an item that can be purchased from the prize counter in Camp 7 and costs 10 Faz coins. It can be used to eliminate some of the deadliest animatronics in the game, namely Foxy, the Puppet, Rockstar Bonnie, Lefty, Funtime Foxy, and crucially, Toy Freddy. Our goal is to use the Death Coin on Toy Freddy before he escapes Camp 8, so move quickly. At the start of the night, turn on the power generator, open the monitor, and start flipping through the cameras and looking for gray Faz coins. When you find one, mouse over it to collect it, then continue switching cameras. As you pass by Cam 8, you might want to find Mr. Hugs on the miniature cameras and block him off to buy yourself a bit more time. During this sequence, you also need to be paying attention to sound cues. Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare both have a high probability to spawn, and you'll need to rely on sound alone to block them off using hotkeys. Repelling them also gives you a Faz coin, which helps quite a bit. Also, listen for the screeching of the frettles. You may have to drop the monitor and shine your flashlight on them if they start getting too loud. Once you collect 10 coins, buy the Death Coin on Cam 7, head over to Cam 8, and Death Coin Toy Freddy by clicking on the icon in the top left. Once he's gone, switch over to Cam 3, reset the ventilation, and drop the monitor. While you definitely can beat this challenge without Death Coining Toy Freddy, it's best to learn how the Death Coin works early on and eliminate the only luck factor in this preset. The trickiest part of this challenge is definitely the beginning, and if you're new to UCN, it might take you a few tries. Just remember to listen for sound cues and move quickly through the cameras. Once you've Death Coined Toy Freddy and switched to Cam 3, it's time to deal with anything else that may have snuck into your office in the meantime. Click Helpy if he's there, then hold the flashlight on the left side of the office for a few seconds to get rid of Phantom and Nightmare Freddy. Close the doors on Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare if they spawned again, and you should be all set. From this point, you'll largely be using the same strategy as for Bears Attack 1 and taking advantage of cam stalling and office stalling. As a refresher, leaving the monitor set to Cam 3 for the majority of the night will basically render Lefty useless. Also, most animatronics can attack you while the monitor is down, so just chill in the office until the ventilation starts going out. At this point, turn on the heater for 2 to 3 seconds to push Nedd Bear back. Remember to turn the fan back on afterward. Then close the left door for 2 seconds. If you heard a bud, that means that Freddy bounced off the door. If you didn't, that means he's not at the door quite yet. Then close the forward vent for 2 seconds. Same deal, if you hear a bud, Molten Freddy has left. After you've used the heater and cleared both the door and vent, flip the monitor up, reset ventilation, and flip it back down. Repeat this pattern for the rest of the night. Well, that's pretty much the strategy. Just keep repeating this and you shouldn't have any issues. Next, let's go over a few mechanics that I either only briefly touched on in the last guide, or ones that I didn't mention at all. First up, there's the newcomer, Nightmare Freddy. The longer that you have the monitor up, the more frettles will accumulate in the office. When 5 of them are in the office, Nightmare Freddy is very close to killing you. Neither he nor the frettles can progress while the monitor is down, however. The frettles tend to be pretty forgiving, they're mostly dangerous during the Death Coin sequence since you'll be spending a lot of time on the cameras. You should be able to deal with him pretty easily, just shine the flashlight on the frettles and they'll start to disappear. You can handle him and Phantom Freddy at the same time. Another thing to note is that Nedd Bear is much more aggressive during this night, and I very highly recommend using the heater for about 2 seconds before you flip up the monitor, around the same time that you close the door and vent. This will push him back in the ducts. You can also set the audio alert to the very center left of the ducts at the beginning of the night, but he's not super likely to be fooled by it, so this really isn't a great strategy. Just use the heater. Golden Freddy is also a lot more likely to appear on this night, and he can really catch you off guard. When you see him in the office, put on the Freddy mask immediately and he'll disappear. You can also flip the monitor back up, but that isn't ideal. You may want to start putting on the Freddy mask as soon as you drop the monitor, just like in FNaF 2. The time to react to him will decrease drastically when he's eventually set to 20 during harder challenges. Also, be sure not to shine the flashlight on him. Other than that, everything else is pretty much just as it was in Bear's Attack 1. Remember the strategy, repeat it, and keep an eye out for the animatronics that weren't quite as aggressive last time around, and make sure they don't throw you off. To recap, turn on the power gen, get enough fast coins to Defcoin Toy Freddy, switch to Cam 3, then use office stalling to your advantage. When the ventilation starts going out, turn on the heater for 2 seconds, then close the left door for 2 seconds, then close the forward vent for 2 seconds, then reset the ventilation and deal with any other threats in your office. Well, that's all for now. Follow the strategy and you should be able to beat the second preset challenge. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or to join my community Discord server. By joining the Discord server, you can get personalized tips on any FNaF game from myself, TruePlayer, Shooter25, and a bunch of other FNaF experts and content creators. It's a great community and I highly recommend joining. Also, special thanks to my friend Hyper. He'll be making most, if not all, of the thumbnails this month, and that's a lot of thumbnails because there's a ton of videos releasing this month. He definitely deserves more recognition for all of his hard work, so go subscribe to him. His channel is linked in the description as well as in the cards. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.